Most Ram trucks never reach 300,000 plus miles. But here's the crazy part, right? It's not usually because of the truck being unreliable. In many cases, it's because of the owner mistakes that they make and never realize it. Today, we are going to be breaking down the 5 biggest mistakes that can kill a Ram 1500 long before it even reached 300,000 plus miles. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday afternoon or Thursday morning, wherever you at. But I want to say before we get into that today, guys, I want to say if you are here for your first time, or you've been here for a while, been watching me, supporting the channel, I want to say I definitely appreciate the support. If you haven't subscribed already, do me a huge favor. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. So the Ram 1500, right, is one of the most popular pickup trucks in America today, which is 100% facts. I'm not just saying this because I'm a Ram truck owner. When properly maintained, many of them can easily pass over 200,000 miles, and some even reach 300,000 plus miles. But the majority never really get there. So what causing these trucks to die early? Let's start with the biggest mistakes, the 5 biggest mistakes that actually cause these issues. Number 1 mistakes, skipping oil change. One of the fastest way to destroy a Ram engine is skipping oil change. The Hemi engine found in many Ram 1500 trucks rely heavy on proper oil flow, keeping your internals companion lubricated. Inside the engine, the lifters, camshaft depend on clean oil to function correctly. When you delay your oil change for a long period of time, sludge can start pretty much forming inside the engine. That can block your oil passage and starve important part of your lubrication. Once that happens, you want to say bye-bye to your lifters and camshaft and start wearing out quickly, so leading to expensive engine repairs. So you want to keep that in mind. Never ever put your oil change aside. Even with my truck now, I normally, it's so easy to get an oil change. Like, one of the easiest things you do with any vehicle is to do an oil change, and that could make a huge difference. I'm telling you guys, especially when it comes to the Hemi. Mistake number 2 is ignoring the Hemi tick. If you own a Ram 1500, you probably have heard about something called a Hemi tick. This tick sound coming from the engine can sometimes be harmless, but in other cases, it can be early warning signs of lifters or your camshaft wear and stuff like that. So unfortunately, many owners ignore the noise and keep driving. I've noticed that before. I have heard one of these trucks with that Hemi tick sound, and they driving, they sound so effing painful. Don't wish that over. I do not wish that on anybody that have one of these trucks. So over time, that small ticking sound can turn into a major mechanical failure that could require thousands of dollars in repair. You want to keep that in mind. Fixing the issue early on sometimes can save your engine. So this is one of the biggest, most expensive fix when it comes to the 5.7 liter engine. So you want to make sure you keep that in mind. Third reason, overworking your truck. Not gonna lie, another common mistakes is expecting a half-ton truck like this, right, to do the work of a heavy-duty truck, like a diesel truck. The Ram 1500, designed for light towing, but some owners consistently haul heavy, extremely heavy load. When that happens, the transmission, suspension, and cooling system are pushed far behind their limits. Over time, this can lead to overheating, transmission, worn suspension parts, premature engine wear, stuff like that. So you want to keep in mind that if you have one of these trucks, I'm not saying that you can't tow with it. You can tow, but you just want to keep in mind that it's a 1500 at the end of the day. It's not a diesel truck. That's why I never recommend me, honestly. I rarely tow with this truck with anything. I never attached a hitch to this truck before, but I have towed like light stuff like a bed or something like that, but I never ever try to push it past the limit, because at the end of the day, it's a gas truck. Gas trucks are not the best when it comes to you towing anything heavy. So I'm gonna keep that in mind. Mistake number 4, ignoring warning lights on your dash. One of the most common things, I'll be honest, I remember my first car I had, I used to not really pay attention to the lights on the dash because, I could start it up, drive fine. But over time, like modern trucks now are packed with sensor that warn you when something isn't right. So but many drivers ignore these things. Warning lights, continue driving it if nothing is wrong. A simple check engine light could be something small like a faulty sensor. Most of the time that's the case, but it could also be a sign of a serious engine or transmission problem. So ignoring those warning lights often turns a small repair into a heavy, expensive one. That's why I always recommend, even if you have a tire pressure light come on, with these trucks they have the tire pressure sensor light come on, simply just handle what you got to handle, put some air in your tire, something like that, or check the tire pressure sensor, make sure it's still good. Because I have one thing I'll tell you guys I've noticed right now. When this truck was, somebody actually hit my driver's side mirror, and I had to get it replaced, and I actually bought some mirrors, but it wasn't OEM. That actually triggered a sensor to come, I think it was the check engine light to come on, something like that. Yeah, it triggered the check engine light to come on. We just kind of crazy though, but little stuff like that, you just want to make sure you be on top of it. That way you can save yourself the headache in the long run. So you always want to make sure, like, this is how I try to keep my mind with anything in life, is you got to understand, right? You don't want to think about like right now, like you want to think about the long term ahead, like a few months, like a year from now, how your car, truck gonna behave, or the truck gonna behave at the end of the day. If you decide to neglect whatever engine light that's on for the next couple weeks or so, just keep that in mind. So number 5, last but not least, is gonna be cheap replacement parts. The final mistake is using cheap replacement parts, and this is something that's big. I know most people probably think that every part's work the same, whatever this and that, but if you get what you pay for at the end of the day, if you buy some cheap parts, trust me, you're gonna have some kind of issue later on down the line. So some owners try to save money by installing the cheapest part available when something breaks. While this might save you money in the short term, cheap companions often wear out much faster. Suspension companions, brakes, brake system, sensor, especially something important. Using quality parts helps ensure your truck stay reliable for years and stuff. This is why I always tell you guys, if you don't mind, like, you got to understand these trucks, you got to think, like, you got to I treat my truck like me. I have to get like the good things, everything that I try to get for myself, like parts. As far as this truck, I try to get the best of best. Yes, parts could be expensive, but you gotta understand, you try to save up the extra funds. That way it's gonna save you in the long run. So while many Ram 1500s trucks never reach 300,000 plus miles, the truth is that many of these problems are preventable, which is 100% true. With proper maintenance, careful driving, paying attention to warning signs, these trucks can last much longer than people think. I'm telling you guys, if you find this video helpful, guys, you gotta make sure you hit that subscribe for more truck tips, reliability guide, mods, and things like that. If you're into Mopar and stuff, you guys know I've definitely got a lot of things planned for this truck. So you guys want to make sure you are sticking around to see how this truck is going from just a regular basic work truck now to an actual street truck that's going to be making a ton of power. So if you guys are into stuff like that, keep subscribing to the channel. If you are subscribed, though, like my real subscriber, I actually been watching you for a while, I definitely want to say, even those who just subscribed, I definitely want to say, I'm always going to keep saying this, we are not where we need to be yet on this channel, but trust and believe we are going to get there. And I'm going to build one of the sickest 4th generation Dodge Ram crew cab, quad cab, whatever you want to call it, on YouTube. There's not too many of these channels out there. This is one of the reasons why I decided to pursue with this truck content thing. I'm gonna build one of the sickest truck. That's all I can tell you guys. But you guys, it's something you into, definitely make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. Take care, stay safe, and peace out.